What's up, Grub Squad? Gamer Grub here, bringing you a sneak preview of the upcoming game Sanctum 2. Building on the success of the original, Sanctum 2 is a hybrid between FPS games and mechanics and tower defense games, usually associated with iPhones and browsers. Not really a genre that's exploded in terms of AAA titles, but it's an interesting combination nonetheless. Usually with these kind of things, I find that either one side's lacking, they kind of ignore the tower defense bit or they ignore the FPS bit. They never quite bring both mechanics together brilliantly. But after playing this for a few hours, I think they've done an excellent job so far. This is only an alpha footage, so you can expect some changes. There will be some bug fixes and stuff like that, although so far I haven't really encountered any issues. I'll take you a quick little tour of the game. So far I've completed a few missions. I wanted to get to one that was a bit more challenging so I could show you guys some of the more interesting aspects of the game. So we'll go to the rocky fields first. A lot of complaints about the original was the lack of content. As you can see, if I just quickly go back here, you can see the different layouts of the maps here. Oh, I guess we'll do this one. But all the different layouts of the maps depend totally on how you build. You know, it's got the same turret defense mechanics that you'd find in pretty much every turret defense title. First of all, to show you the characters right here, there are 4 different characters, and although there's no physical customization in terms of appearance, you can customize certain perks that you can take on the battlefield. Each of them also comes with a different set of weapons and abilities. Personally, I like going for this guy purely because he's got a shotgun and he can unload all of his bullets at once, which does tremendous damage to the larger, more difficult aliens. But there are different play styles, different characters, so whatever you like, however you like to play, there's going to be someone there for you. This is where you get to customize your loadout. Obviously, you've got your main weapon and you've got your secondary. I've only unlocked a couple so far, but I do prefer the explosive rounds, so I usually go with that one. And in the core of the game, the towers. As you can see, there's quite a bit of choice built on the original. Each tower, very much like a traditional tower defense mechanics, they have different strengths and weaknesses, so you'd probably want to stack these if you've got a lot of the quick ones coming through with not much HP. And in these kind of things, they're big hitters but don't hit very fast, so these are good against the stronger enemies and opponents. And obviously you've got variations of those and mixes between both of those, so there's quite a lot of choice already, and I've only been playing for a few hours, so I'm definitely looking forward to what towers they can come up with later on in the game. And in your perks, another area that I find very interesting, these vary hugely from healing your main base every wave to doing more damage, to healing the core. There's just so many different variations of what you can do. It really is just how you want to do it and how you want to play. There's a lot of custom options there. We'll head straight in on the game. As you can see, this is a layout. You have one of these in every level. This is your core with 4,000 HP. Once that is destroyed, you fail. Whether you're alive or dead, that's it, you're done. So obviously you want to keep that alive as much as possible. Now the really interesting thing about this one, I think this level's only got one, but some of the levels have multiple entrances. So as you can see here, this little line showing me the quickest way the enemies are going to take. So I'm just going to pop this here. Now rather than run down there, they're going to have to run all the way up here, which gives me a lot more time to put some stuff down that's going to cause them some damage, which is obviously always nice. As you can see here, there's 3 semi-big ones coming out. So for the first one, I'm probably going to pop down one of the lightning turrets there. I do like guys, and then start the round. I'll show you the burst damage on the shotgun here. You can see me charging up some ammo to fire all at once. Bang, see, not a problem. Obviously, as tower defense goes, the earlier waves are easy, then it starts to get ridiculously difficult. Show you the other weapon, just some explosive grenade rounds. Wave cleared. At the end of each wave, you get some resources dropped by your core. As you can see, these ones here are the tower bases, and these ones here are the resources themselves. The resources are used to purchase the towers or upgrade them. The tower bases are used to sort of basically build the route you wish your enemies to take. I kind of like forcing mine into a choking point whenever I can, so I like to build stuff like this. Obviously later on in the levels, you're going to want to make them take a much longer route, so you'd probably build across there and then across here, so they've got to wind in and out and in and out just to give you as much time to do damage as possible. But this isn't that hard a level, so I can afford to be a bit lax. Again, these are mostly big ones, so I'm going to pop another one of those over there. I think the best part of this game for me is, although you've got the turret defense mechanics, which are for all intents and purposes identical to a turret defense game, they've brought that across brilliantly. What really makes it innovative and fun is the fact that you're in the fight. You know, in other tower defense games, when you see one of the guys get past your last tower, you're like, oh Jesus, I can't do anything about it, and that one guy could cost you the game. Where in this, you control yourself. So you can go to the weaker aspects of your defences and help with your personal shooting abilities, or you can, you know, just look for the biggest enemies. You can see I don't have to worry about these little ones too much, but these big ones can spit a distance, so I'm going to go and take him out there, and I'm going to go help take these ones out, because they are getting through my turrets because I built the fast ones instead. Areas like that are where I'm glad I bought the lightning perk that stretches the damage between multiple targets. It really helps.
Nice.
Another wave. Clearly, as you can see, there are different types of enemies. I haven't actually counted yet, but there's at least 10 to 15 different enemy types so far. You've got tiny little ones that run really fast and jump on you and explode that purposely aim for you. You've got others that will just push die hard for the core. No matter what happens, they will go for the core every time. You've got flying ones that will sit there and attack you, flying ones that go for the core. You've got this big badass one that will just go straight through everything. You can bust the walls and everything. I've only seen one of those, but he was a challenge to take down, to say the least. I'm going to build a couple of walls here. So you do start with a couple of turrets. As you can see, I've got this lightning one here and this AoE one, which you don't actually get for quite a length of time. So I'm going to make them walk around the AoE one. Just hopefully get some damage in next wave. I'm going to use the alternate fire. These appear to be time bombs, so I'm just going to stick a few of those down, see how much damage they do. Oh, considerable amount apparently. Boom! Oh, I don't like these little ones. Obviously you can die, the more damage that's done to you, you can respawn as well, so it's not like the be-all end-all if you die. The main objective is to protect the core. I quite often have to sacrifice myself to make sure the core doesn't die, which is quite a funny mechanic. But as I said previously, this is just one map. There's just, I think, 10 I've played so far, and they all offer totally different challenges. I think the really interesting ones are the ones that have multiple avenues, you know, where they can come in from here, they can come in from there, and they can come in from over there all at the same time. So not only are you tasked at building the perfect labyrinth for them to run through, you've got to try and merge all the 3 labyrinths into a place where you've got solid firepower. It's really unique. I'm really disappointed I didn't manage to play the first one when it first came out. I'm not sure how I missed that. I'm kicking myself over that. But this one it's all set to make some big waves and splashes. This game does mix 2 genres perfectly. The FPS is, it's skill based, it's Twitch based. It blends the features from, you know, it just doesn't feel, you know, sometimes you play an FPS game, it feels a bit sluggish. Doesn't feel like it's as crisp as its AAA buddies. Whereas this is, I can't complain about the FPS mechanics. It shoots when you tell it to, it reloads when you tell it to. It's very skill based, so you know, if you don't have decent aim, you're not going to kill the baddies. It works flawlessly so far. Especially for alpha build, I've come across very few bugs and no crashes, so that's always a positive sign in a pre-released game. Especially in today's industry, we're used to coming games that are released on launch day and still broken. As you can see at the top there is a wave counter, and you've got the map in the top left that shows you where all the enemies are going and where your turrets and stuff are. I'll do these last couple of waves just in case one of the big fellas come out or something. What tower shall I put down this time? I'll get another speedy one, I think. And you can in yourself act as a turret. If I sit up here, there are very few enemy types that can attack me up here. There are some, and if they do get you, you will experience the pain, but other than that, there's not many, so it's not too bad. These guys are sort of mini bosses, if you like. They take a few hits, and their weak spot is their head. I'm not sure if I went over it already. Every enemy monster has a weak spot. Some of these are obvious, like a big flashing, glowing brain on the top of their head. Some of them are hidden away in rear armor, and those weak spots do quite an increased amount of damage. So it takes a skillful player to be able to maneuver around their opponents without dying and hitting the weak spot. But it can be the difference between clearing a wave very quickly or having the wave finish your base off. These guys aren't too bad because they're not very aggressive towards the player. They've just got a ton of HP and they do a lot of damage to the core. So you can afford to just sit behind these guys and pick their head off until they get near the core and you want to finish them off. But this guy shouldn't last much longer past this shot. You also get these guys, just random marines that occasionally help you. As you can see, they're not very good. And they do die quite funnily as well. When they die, they scream and stuff, which is I find quite amusing personally. What have we got coming here? 2 of the spitters, 10 of the big ones, and then 1 of the big butt. What should we put down? Let's get another AoE tower down, because it really seems to work quite well. You can replace stuff. You can get rid of all of your walls and stuff if you wish and rebuild. You can tear down your turrets and build them elsewhere. although you don't get all the resources back from the turrets, so it can mean if you make a big mistake and you've got to replace 4 or 5 turrets, it can cost you the game. So a bit of prior planning, a bit of ideas with the building before you go straight into it are probably a good idea. The end version will support multiplayer, obviously, as it's alpha. There are no multiplayer server supports for it yet, but I am definitely looking forward to the multiplayer. I'm not sure if it's going to feature the same mechanics or if it's going to sort of bridge things a little differently, because currently in this mode I've only got limited to 10 towers, which has hindered my progress on a few occasions. You know, I quite like the tower defense aspect where you just build everything and everything dies in seconds. So far I haven't been able to do that because of the tower limit, but it would make it a little bit simple, so I can understand why they've done that. I'm not sure if that tower limit is per person in multiplayer, if it's per individual, or if there's no tower limit at all. So you'll have to stay tuned for a full gameplay walkthrough when the game is released here in the next month or two. Hopefully this guy doesn't make it to the call, because he's now at the range of all my stuff. Got me a headache, didn't it? And that's the wave. Well, hey. Obviously, if you're victorious, you get tons of good stuff. If you lose, you also get rewards. These are increased on the feats of strength that I spoke about before. As you can see, I'm only level 7. I'm not very far into the game, and I've already unlocked quite a substantial amount of stuff, and there's still plenty left to do. Obviously, at the end, you can take up all your stats, tells you who's done what your towers have done, what you build, how many kills you got, your damage, all that kind of stuff. And then pretty much you move on and progress like you would in a tower game. You unlock more aspects of the tower defense, you unlock more aspects for the FPS, you want perks, abilities. It's a really great game, it's really good fun so far. I've only been playing for a few hours. I'm not a big FPS fan, I do enjoy some of them, I do enjoy some tower defense, but the synergy of these two genres together in this game are almost flawless so far. I mean, I would like to see a bit more variation with the maps, but as I've said, it's early days. We could see a lot of DLC, we could see some more stuff pushed out for launch, but this is definitely one to keep your eye out on. If you've got any questions about the game, pop them in the comment section below. Also join up to the Grub squad on the official Gamer Grub website. We've got some really exciting stuff coming up. We have tons of giveaways. We've given away tickets for events previously. We've given away obviously Gamer Grub, the ultimate gaming snack, barbecue, PB&J, pizza, s'mores, it's all there. Great snack. We give it away all the time. We give all sorts of games and stuff away. So if you want to be involved in that, all you've got to do is sign up with your email. We don't spam you. We don't sell your email. None of that stuff. It's honest. It's quick. It's easy. So have a look at that. And please subscribe if you enjoyed the video and want to see more, and give us a thumbs up. I will catch you guys very soon.